Cemetery in Moline, Illinois. Done some spirit box sessions out here. I know that this is kind of last minute, but the weather cooperated, so I decided to come out here and, well, talk about the paranormal and maybe do some spirit box sessions and whatnot. It's not very windy, so it shouldn't be too bad. You might hear some traffic or some people yelling out because, here, I'll show you where I'm at here. I'm out here. That's the Mississippi River. I thought there were some people down at the pickleball courts, but there's some people down at the ball diamonds. So, this is where I'm at. There's the 74 bridge and so on and so on. So, right now I'm currently at the Veely Monument. It's one of my favorite spots in the Quad Cities. Don't expect a whole lot of people to pop on because, like I said, this was kind of a spur of the moment, last minute thing because the weather decided it wanted to cooperate. So we'll see who joins and who chimes in. Maybe we won't get anybody, but we're gonna have some fun regardless. So man, there's a lot of bugs out here. Sorry. Again, this is one of my favorite spots in the Quad Cities. You have a nice view of the river valley, and it's very peaceful up here. It's very, very peaceful up here. So I wanted to talk about a couple of things. On my last go live I did with Living with the Paranormal, there was a psychic medium on there that was, well, talking and giving readings. I ended up banning the guy. I do not trust that person. And one of the main things that I caught on to was he was fishing for information. And for one, when people fish for information like that, it really, to me, it shows that they're not really that good of a psychic, or they're not a psychic at all. So I ended up banning him. He was a kook. If you go and look on his profile on YouTube, it said he was a biblical prophet reborn. Once I saw that, I was like, I'm banning the guy. So I ended up banning the guy. I suggest you all not go to him. I believe his name was Michael from Daniel. The dude was a kook. Now, I'm never going to subject my followers and subscribers to kooky people like that. Again, he was fishing for information. He was just really out there. He seemed like a negative person, and I just didn't get a good vibe off of him. So I ended up banning him from my YouTube channel. So if you go back on that last go live, you won't see his comments, you won't see his so-called psychic readings and everything. Me being a genuine clairvoyant, I'm very, 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 very skeptical of other clairvoyants, especially when they start fishing for information. So anyway, I just wanted to bring that up. You will not be seeing that man on my streams any longer because I do not trust the man. Hey, Carla, how you doing? Well, welcome into the stream. I'm just kind of talking about a couple of things here before I start doing some spirit box sessions. But anyway, his name was Michael from Daniel. I suggest you all stay away from the man. I suggest you all stay away from the man. That man said he was a biblical prophet reborn. Typically, when other psychics or other clairvoyants start talking about that stuff, stay away from them. Stay away from them. So that man will not be on my streams any longer because I just do not trust him, and I will not subject my followers and subscribers to people that I do not trust. The man was a kook. So, again, I just wanted to bring that up. When you start seeing kooky people like that on there, I will always ban them and delete them from my streams. So anyway, I wanted to talk a little bit about my last spirit. Oh, thank you. It's a Levi Strauss shirt. Yeah, my last go live I was wearing WKRP in Cincinnati. Today it's Levi Strauss. It's a good German entrepreneur from the 1850s. Anyway, and go Duisburg Zebras. I'm wearing my Duisburg Zebras hat. My family's from Duisburg, and this is our soccer team in Duisburg. So go Zebras. Anyway, I'm a nerd. I like soccer, so I like baseball too. But go Zebras. Today it's the Duisburg Zebras. MS Vow! MS Vow! Anyway. Anyway, guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about my last spirit box session that I posted on Thursday. Hey, LT Boys TV, how you doing? How you doing? I'm just talking a little bit about the paranormal before I start doing some spirit box sessions, and I've got my EMF reader over here too, so hopefully we'll pick up on something. I'm also planning on maybe going live tomorrow if the weather cooperates. It's supposed to be in the 80s here, and I'm planning on doing it over in the Poppers Field, on another part of the cemetery. It's way over there on the other side of the cemetery, so that'll probably be tomorrow since it's going to be super nice as long as it doesn't rain. So anyway, the other thing I wanted to talk about, like I said, was about my last spirit box session that I posted. It was here in the cemetery at Riverside Cemetery. It was just a little bit down yonder on the tier, and boy, I caught some good evidence. I caught some good evidence over there. I was talking about a paranormal experience I had here in the cemetery, and boy, I had some intelligent EMF spikes. I had a couple of things come out of the spirit box, and it was just electrically charged. So guys, go watch that paranormal video. It is paranormal activity at oh no, that was the clip I made, but it's spirit box session at Riverside Cemetery. That was the last spirit box session I posted. That was last Thursday. Again, I will be posting another spirit box session this Thursday here from the cemetery. That'll probably be either the spirit box session here I did at the Veely Monument or the Deer Monument. But I caught some really great evidence. I caught that spirit that was walking behind the gravestone. You saw it appear in the middle of well, it was between some bricks and some headstones. It started out about the size of a mouse and then morphed into something that was about the size of a rabbit or something. I made a couple of clips out of it, but unfortunately you can't really see it that well on the clips itself, except the one where it passes by the monument. I'm trying to make it to where you can see it better. Again, guys, I'm doing this stuff on my phone until I can get a better camcorder. So that was the biggest piece of evidence I caught. It was super exciting. And what's crazy is you can see it better on your cell phone. I know, because I could see it better and more clear on my cell phone, but when I looked at it, when I made the clip on the computer, you can't really see it that well until you get to the part where it's moving past the Butter Monument over there. So I've kept those clips here on my phone. I'm going to try to make it more clear, make it better for you guys to be able to see it. It was incredible. Absolutely incredible. And I didn't even see it happen in real life. I didn't even know it happened until I was editing the video to put it on YouTube, and I was like, holy shit, what is that? Oh my god, what the hell is that? And then it was incredible. But anyway, so go check those clips out. That clip is paranormal activity at Riverside Cemetery. I also made a couple other clips with the intelligent EMF spikes and a really dark, creepy voice I got from the spirit box over there. I plan on going over there here in a little bit to maybe do another spirit box session to show you guys where it was. So we'll see what happens, if it happens again, if that spirit shows up. It was just really cool because, like I said, I didn't see it happen in real life, and I walked over to that area where it happened, and I was like, man, it feels really electrically charged here. It's really a lot of energy here, blah, 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 blah. So, just more credence to the paranormal activity over there. But anyway, let's see, I think there was a couple other things I wanted to bring up, but I can't remember what they were off the top of my head. Like I said, this was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing because the weather cooperated. So let's go ahead and maybe start doing some spirit box sessions here. Again, I'm at the Veely Monument. I'm at the Veely Monument here. It's Mr. Veely was a huge prominent entrepreneur here in the Quad Cities. Again, I'll be posting that spirit box session probably this week. But he was very prominent. He worked with deer. The deer monument's just over here. Maybe I'll go over there to do another spirit box session too. So anyway, let's go ahead and get started. Let's go ahead and get started here. I'm going to go ahead and flip here. There we go. So again, here I'm at the Veely Monument. Let's see. Let's just go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and turn this spirit box session on. Go ahead and power her up. I didn't bring any extra batteries. I should have brought some extra batteries. Let's see here. Let's go sweep rate. We do. I've been testing different sweep rates, so I'm going to start on a sweep rate of 150. Oh, okay. So let's go ahead and maybe. I got some people over here, so maybe let's move away from the Veely Monument and maybe run up over here. Maybe start our spirit box sessions over here. There's Mr. Lindauer's gravestone. Mr. Lindauer was a gym teacher and basketball and baseball coach at Moline. Died a couple of years ago. He wasn't very old. He was only in his 50s. Poor guy. Anyway, let's go ahead and maybe see how far away from the. Okay. And let's go ahead and pop up over here. I'm on, I can't remember if this is the North Terrace or what, but this is the terrace that looks out over the river. So let's maybe prop up right. There's a good spot. Let's maybe. Okay, we're gonna prop up over here. I haven't been down here on the terrace going down the hill here. Again, this is Riverside Cemetery in Moline. It's got like over 100,000 people buried here. There's different kinds of sections. It's tiered. It goes for about, I don't know, maybe half mile. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop up over here by this monument here. Maybe let's put the EMF meter here. Put the EMF meter here. So anyway, maybe let's pop a squat and do a spirit box session here, guys. Now, I don't feel a whole lot of energy right here, so let's just spend a few minutes here. A little bit more peaceful in this part of the cemetery. I bet you we'll find more action over on the Butter Monument area. But anyway, is there anybody here with us today? My name's Matt. I'm a clairvoyant. You can use my energy, as long as you don't hurt me, to communicate through the spirit box. See if we get any EMF spikes. Last time, like I said, that really intelligent spirit box session and EMF spikes over by the Butter Monument. So I'll probably end up going that way here in a little bit. Is there anybody here with us right now? I don't really feel anything here. Oh, I got a little bit of a spike there. Are you buried here in the cemetery? Spiking a little bit. Not too big of a spike here. Now, I stay about a foot or two away from the EMF reader, so it's not my cell phone or the spirit box. I got the spirit box next to my cell phone. Again, guys, I'm doing this on my cell phone until I can get my new camcorder. Who is this person? I can't really read it. there anybody with us in this part of the cemetery? I was just over at Mr. Veely's monument. Oh, that's too close to the EMF reader. I'm not feeling anything here. Not too much here. I think we're going to move to a different part of the cemetery. Yeah, well, it's spiking a little bit, but... Is that you trying to communicate with us? I got some viewers out there that would love to see this. Let's see. What part? Should I go further down the terrace here? Let's see. Well, oh, that's okay. Let's move to a different part here. I don't feel much energy here. I don't feel much energy here. Maybe we'll still pick up some spirit box stuff here. Let's go ahead and go back up this way. Back up to the Veely monument. I only came down here to get away from a car that came up here. Maybe we can get some intelligent stuff out of Mr. Veely again. Damn, it's a beautiful day out here. It's a bit overcast, but it's in the 70s. There's Mr. Lindauer. To the deer monument. Let's go over to the deer monument. That truck's still over there. We're going over to the Charles Deer Monument. I got a nice little place to sit. Got a nice little place to sit. Let's head over here to the Deer Monument. This is Charles Deer's monument. He was the son of John Deere. John Deere's monument's right there. Okay, so there's William Butterworth. There's Catherine Deere Butterworth. Let's go ahead. Pop a squat here. So I'll go ahead and set the EMF reader here. I got my spirit box again. I'm on a rate of 150 sweep there. Let's see if we pick up anything. Mr. Deere, Charles, your grave's right there. Again, that's the Butterworth there. Mr. Butterworth, Mr. Deere. I'm Matt. I'm a clairvoyant. Trying to give you guys a voice. And I'm not feeling a whole lot of energy over here. More energy built up here than there was down by that other monument. Charles and William or Catherine. I'm trying to give you guys a voice. Now I got this spirit box, this electrical device that you can use to communicate with us. Mr. Deer, Charles, you've got a beautiful home. It's still here today. The community uses it for multiple things, and they give tours through it. Speak to us through this spirit box. This meter I've got here lying on the ground, that's an EMF meter. It picks up electromagnetic fields. We're energy, Charles, or Catherine, or William. If you put your hand next to this EMF device here I've got laying on the ground, that'll let us know that you're here. I've got viewers that would love to see you say hi. I think I'm going to be picking up much today. It's got a different feel today than it did the other day. Well, at least it's peaceful and serene out here. At least it's peaceful and serene out here today. That's the John Deere monument over there. Mr. Deere, use this spirit box again to communicate. Say hi to us. The last spirit box session I did with the Deere family, you turned off the spirit box all by itself. Can you do that again for me? I could have swore that just said John Deere that came out of that spirit box. It's spiking a little bit. I mean, that could be the breeze, but there's no electrical charge here. Like I said, I'm in the middle of a cemetery that doesn't have any lights or anything. But there was a little bit of a breeze. Charles or William, can you say hi? Make this EMF reader go? It picks up energies. Yeah, I don't think we're going to be getting much over here. I just don't feel a whole lot of energy. Maybe I'll pick up and go to the Butter Monument area again. Can you guys make my EMF reader spike? Can you say hi? I'm not really getting anything intelligent out of the spirit box over here. Again, I just don't feel a whole lot of energy built up over here. Mr. Deere, are you proud to know that the Deere & Company is still going strong today? Well, again, I'm not feeling a whole lot of energy built up over here, so I think I'm just going to turn off the EMF reader for now. I'll keep the spirit box session on, but I'm going to stay put for right now to see if we can pick up anything else on the spirit box. Again, I'm out here at Reside Cemetery in Moline. Again, my last video, spirit box session wise, I made one over here by the Butter Monument and picked up a lot of paranormal activity. So I'm just doing this kind of on the whim. Like I said, this was kind of a last minute go live because, like I said, the weather actually cooperated. But I'm just not feeling a whole lot of energy over here. So let's just see here. Maybe if we could pick up a couple more things on the spirit box or not, and then maybe move towards the Butter Monument. That's another old part of the cemetery. Again, that's where I had a lot of activity. So let's just give it a couple more minutes here. Again, let me grab my EMF reader. I'll stand up. Okay, so again, this is part of the Deer family monument. Again, this is Charles Deer here. This is Charles Deer here. He was the son of John Deere. He took over the Deere and Company when John Deere handed the company over to him, and then went off and did other things. So he was actually a very smart man, very smart business person, very, very socialite too. And then after Charles Deere passed away, the Butterworth family took over, and William Butterworth took over because he married Catherine Deere Butterworth, who was John Deere's daughter, I believe. I can't remember the history. But is there anybody here from the Deere family? Is there anybody here from the Deere family? Trying to give you guys a voice. Now you can use my energy to be able to make some kind of activity happen here. Like I said, I've got a spirit box. You can talk and use the white noise to communicate with us. Now I don't have my EMF reader out, but if I had my EMF reader, it picks up energy. Again, I'm not getting much on the spirit box. Again, I don't feel a whole lot of energy over here by the Deer monument. Is there anybody here from the Deer or Butterworth family? Should we walk over and say hi to Mr. John Deere himself? Okay. We're going to walk over here to the John Deere family plot here. Again, I did a spirit box session. I made a video of a spirit box session with John Deere that I'll be posting here in a week or two. I think I'll be posting the V-Lee spirit box session first, and then the Deere one after that. But this is John Deere's spot. That's John Deere, the founder of Deere tractors. Is there anybody from the Deere family here that would like to speak to us? Are you related to John Deere? I could have swore that just said hello. Hello, are you there?
Hello.
Okay, I'm not picking up a whole lot up over here. Let's see. I just don't feel the energy here today like I did the other day, unfortunately. But at least we're getting out. And is anybody here from the Deere family? Now I've got this device in my hand here that you can use to speak. That doesn't sound like anybody's going to speak over here either. I'll go ahead and pop a squat here. So I'm getting old. This is Deere's, John Deere's. Let's maybe put out the EMF reader, see if there's any spikes. Mr. Deere, I was out here the other day. I was out here, actually it was a couple weeks ago. You made my spirit box turn off. And I had some spikes. Now, Mr. Deere, could you say hello for us? Now just put your hand next to this little device here that I have on your headstone. If you put your hand next to that device, it'll make the lights go off and tell us that you're here. Now again, there is no electrical outlets or any kind of electrics over here, so if that goes off, it's purely from somebody messing with it. Mr. Deere, we'd like you to say hello, bud. We'd like you to say hi to us. Now again, Mr. Deere, I trust you, so you can use my energy to communicate. You can use my energy to communicate. You have my permission. I trust you. You're not a negative entity. We'll pick up a little bit. The last time I was here, Mr. Deere, we talked about how your tractors are still being made. It's the forefront of the agriculture industry. After 160 years, I know you were a proud man. Your legacy still goes on, sir. Like I said, the last time I was up here doing a spirit box session with Mr. Deere, which I'll be posting that here in a couple weeks, my spirit box turned off by itself. So I was hoping maybe something like that could happen again, Mr. Deere. Could you turn the spirit box off by itself again, Mr. Deere? Well, I don't think Mr. Deere's going to communicate with us. He did last time I was up here, but maybe not today. That's okay. That's okay. Well, we'll give it another couple of minutes here. Mr. Deere, there are 4 major factories here in the Quad Cities. Just from what you started 160 years ago. You were a proud man. I know you're still a proud man in death. Mr. Deere, could you give the people of the Quad Cities and the people that are watching this, could you give them a little bit of advice? You were a smart businessman. Worked hard. Something to be proud of. Yeah, I don't think he's going to say hi to us today. That's okay, though. That's okay, though. Let's, I was kind of waiting for the sun to go down a little bit more to head out towards the Butter Monument. So, let's walk through the cemetery over this way. I haven't been over that, let's go ahead and walk over that way. Let's go ahead and walk over that way. Let me grab this EMF meter again. See if anything pops up on the spear. Whoop, and I'm dropping the EMF reader. Anyway, guys. Let's go ahead and head over here. I don't know too many people on this part of the cemetery. I've done a little bit of research over here, but not a whole lot. I haven't been on this part of the cemetery that much, except for doing find the grave stuff where, you take pictures for headstones. Now, I know some more prominent people in Quad Cities are buried down over that way. Is there anybody here with us in the cemetery following along? Energy kind of went down a little bit here. Francis Dickens is buried over that way. Maybe I need to do a spirit box session at Francis Dickens' grave. That would be kind of cool. Is there anybody with me? You could say hi through this spirit box. Find a place to put the EMF meter out again. Find a place to put the EMF meter out again. Let's put it on this Christie monument. I don't know who this is. Let's put the EMF meter out here. Okay. Car going by here. Okay, I feel a little bit more energy down this way. There's a little bit more energy built up here, so maybe we can get some responses. So again, there's no electrical charge over here, so if a spike happens on this EMF meter, it's pure energy and nothing from an electrical outlet. Now again, in order for it to go off, if it were my phone, like I said, you have to put your phone up really close to it like this to make it go off, and then the spirit box itself can make it go off, but it's got to be like right on top of it. It's got to be right on top of it. So again, it's not me if that thing spikes. Is there anybody out here with us? There's a bit more energy built up over here. I'd like it if you could say hi. Now, this device I have in my left hand is called a spirit box. It gets out white noise and sweeps through radio frequencies that you can use to help communicate. A little bit of a spike there. Oh! Was that you saying hi to us? Oh, you did make that spike. There it goes again. Are you part of the Christie family? Like I said, there's a bit more energy built up here, so we just had a couple of intelligent spikes. Are you part of the Christie family? Could you make that spike again for me? There it goes. Yeah. Thank you, I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Thank you for that spike. Now, like I said, this device in my left hand scans through radio frequencies. It puts out white noise that you could use to communicate. This device on this monument picks up energy, which you probably already know now since you made it spike. I appreciate that spike. That lets us know that you're here. Oh, there it goes again. spiking quite a bit. That spiked quite a bit there. Again, the energy is built up over here. I felt that a little bit here. Let's see. We're at the Christie Monument. I don't know anything. It looks like Joseph Christie. Are you Joseph Christie? If this is Joseph Christie, could you make that spike for me again? I'm trying to give you a voice, Mr. Christie. I give the dead a voice with my clairvoyance. Well, we are getting some spikes over here. We are getting some spikes over here. Awesome. Now, Joseph, Mr. Christie, whatever you like to be called, did you know the deer family at all? You're buried pretty close to the deer family. Well, at least we got some intelligent spikes there. Well, that's just my spirit box, guys. That spike was just my spirit box. So let's maybe move a little bit here. I'm waiting for the sun to go down. I'm waiting for the sun to go down a little more to head back over to the Butter Monument. Like I said, I posted that video last Thursday. Had a lot of paranormal activity over there. So I'm waiting for the sun to go down to head back that way. So we're just going to keep, let's go ahead and move over this way. I'm going to keep the spirit box on in case we get some weird, cool voices through it here. Again, I do feel the energy built up a little bit more here than up at the deer monument. That was a car. What's this? Looks like a child's grave. It looks like they left. Looks like they left some candles and a couple of pine trees. Oh, it's a baby. Oh, it says Harry on it. It's a child's monument here. I don't think I've ever seen anybody leave stuff out on this monument before. Again, I've only been over here a couple of times. That's it. Maybe we should pop a squat here. I just felt like an energy shift on me. Just felt a little bit of energy shift on me. Let's see if we can pick something up here. Are you part of the Maxfield family? I felt the energy shift on me here. Wow. So I see your name is Harry. Can you make this device spike for me, Harry? If you put your hand up next to it, the lights will go off. It'll let us know that you're here. Now, Harry, this device I have in my left hand with the antenna, it scans through radio frequencies. Now you can use my energy, Harry, and use the white noise to communicate through this device for us. It's got a heavy energy over here. Got a heavy energy over here. It's spiking a little bit. Is your name Harry? It looks like somebody left you some gifts here, Harry. Now, Harry, you can use your energy to turn off this spirit box. Are you part of the Maxfield family, Harry? Or the Stoodle family? I do feel a bit of a heaviness over here. I do feel a little bit of a heaviness over here. There's a bit of a heaviness over here. Typically when I feel that heaviness, something tries to communicate. Do you like these gifts that somebody left you, Harry? Well, at least we saw a little bit of the spike there. Again, there's a really big heaviness here. There's a little bit of a heaviness here. I might have to come back here later on this week maybe and do a spirit box session out here. But I do feel quite a bit of a heaviness. Here. Now again, I'm an empath and a clairvoyant. So typically when I feel a heaviness here, that means something's either trying to communicate or let me know that it's here. Again, I felt kind of drawn to Harry. I might have to come back to this spot. I got to mark this on my next spirit box session maybe. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe move again. And the heaviness here is incredible. Now I turned off my spirit box because the batteries are kind of low. But again, I'm waiting for the sun to go down a little bit. Maybe I just had another car come up here. There's too many people up here, I think. But man, there's such a heaviness here. There is an incredible heaviness. Maybe if we just pause a second. Let's pause a second here. Now, Harry looks like a child. A child's grave here that somebody left for. You know. Again, man, I feel that heaviness. I almost don't want to leave. That heaviness is like, I like you. Don't leave. That's what it feels like. That's what it feels like right here. So maybe we'll stay here a little bit because I don't feel like I should leave yet. So let's just kind of walk around a little bit. I'm going to turn the spirit box session on. Again, that heaviness is here. So we're going to walk around this area by Harry's grave. We're going to walk a little bit around this area with Harry's grave because I feel this heaviness and it feels like, well, I don't want you to leave. I want you to talk to me. So we're going to stay here for another few minutes, I think, because I just feel like I need to. Typically when I feel like I need to stay or I need to talk more with that heaviness, it means somebody's trying to communicate. So I turn my spirit box back on. And maybe let's that's an incredible heaviness. Okay, Harry, I'm gonna stay here, buddy, because I feel like I need to. Is that you that's telling me to stay here a little bit longer? Dylan? I heard Dylan come out of there. Now, Harry, I'm a friend of yours, Harry. You can use my energy again to talk through this spirit box. Do you get lonely out here? I bet it gets really lonely out here, Harry. I bet it gets really lonely. So I bet when somebody comes out here that you can communicate with, I bet you're all like, oh, please talk to me. Let's walk around a little bit. Harry, I'm not going to go very far, but I'm going to stay right here. So again, buddy, you can use my energy to communicate. Let's just keep to this area. I feel like Harry needs a friend. I feel like, seriously, I feel like Harry needs a friend. He's looking for a friend to play with, I think. So we're going to stay here and talk to Harry a little bit more. It doesn't have Harry's last name. There's a Studley there. There's a Maxfield. You want to walk a little bit with me, Harry? You want to walk in this area a little bit, bud? You feel a little bit lonely, buddy. So let's just walk a little bit. Let's just walk a little bit. Here's another Harry. Oh, that was kind of a creepy voice. That was kind of creepy. It's the Wheelock family over there. Okay. Is there anybody that knows Harry? My friend Harry over there? There's the Silvis Monument. That's the Silvis Monument. There's this town called Silvis here, just about 10 minutes away. That's probably the founder of Silvis. I know that's the Wheelock family. Wheelocks were big here in the area. Let's walk down here a little bit. Energy is built up down here. I think maybe I need to do a spirit box session for a video down here. Let's go ahead. Is there anybody riding along with us? Down by there. Well, I'll be damned. There's another butter monument. Oh, that's... Okay, so the last spirit box session I posted last Thursday, the gravestone I was at the Butter family. Now again, I had paranormal activity happen there. I had some intelligent EMF spikes. I had a couple of things come to the spirit box, and I had a mist energy ball move between the headstones that I caught that you can go back and look at the clips. So it looks like there's another Butter monument over here. It looks like there's another Butter family monument over here. So let's go over there and do a quick spirit box session. Okay, so we're going to come over here. Now, boy, when I come down here, it's a lot lighter than that area up there. That energy up there was extreme heaviness. And I have to go do a spirit box session up there after all of this. So anyway, again, here's the Butter family monument. I wonder... I'm going to go ahead and place my EMF up here on the Butter monument again. Now again, like I said, the last spirit box session video I made was with another Butter family. And I had a lot of paranormal activity come through. EMF spikes that were intelligent, as well as seeing that spirit move from the headstones. Really creepy voice. So we're going to, since I found this other Butter monument, let's go ahead and do another spirit box session here and see if we can pick up on something. again, there's quite a bit of energy here. There's quite a bit of energy here. It's not as heavy as it was up there by that little boy's monument, but there's still a little bit of energy built up here. So I'm going to go ahead and pop a squat here next to this Butter monument. Okay. Let's see, Donald Butter, Mary Butter. Let's go ahead and see if we can. Let's go ahead and see if we can talk to Donald Butter. Okay, Mr. Butter, Donald. Now, are you related to the Butter family that's up on the hill? Now, Mr. Butter, this device I placed on this headstone, this monument, it can read energy. Now, if you put your hand next to that device, it'll let me know that you're here. It'll spike and show, the lights will light up. Now, if you put your hand next to that for me, it'll let me know that you're here. Now, I've also got a spirit box that scans radio frequencies. It uses white noise that you can use to talk through it. Let's move over to his actual monument. I feel like maybe we can do that. Okay. Okay, we're moving over to Donald's monument himself here. Okay, so like I said, I'm in the middle of a cemetery, guys. There's no electrical outlets, no electrical charge anywhere. There's the Silvis monument. Anyway, Mr. Butter, oh, got a little bit of a spike there. Oh, that's spiking. Again, guys, I'm a foot away from this. Donald, was that you that was making that device spike? Could you make that spike again for me, please? Donald was only 40 years old when he died. Now, Donald, in my left hand here is a device that scans through radio frequencies. Now, you died in 1887, so you probably don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But just trust me, it scans radio frequencies. And it's white noise. It's called white noise that you can use to talk. Again, the device I have on your monument here, Donald, picks up energy. Again, if you could put your hand next to that, that'll spike. It's got some red, green dots on there. That will let us know that you're with us. Now, you made it spike earlier. Are you with us, Donald? Are you with us? It's scanning, but not picking up anything. Now, again, I'm plopped here in the cemetery, and I feel energy built up here. However, it's more peaceful. It's far more peaceful. It's not as heavy as it was up by that little boy's monument. Oh shoot, it spiked again. Were you a more peaceful man, Donald? That thing spiked on me while I was talking to you. Did you make that spike again, Donald? I've got some viewers out there that would love to see that spike. Man, I wish I would have had the camera on that. Was that you, Donald, trying to communicate with us? Now, Donald, you can also use your energy to make the spirit box turn off. Mr. Deer and Mr. Veely did that. Could you do that for me? So again, it's more peaceful here. There's a bit of an energy build, but it's more peaceful. Now, I just felt something kind of lift off of me, like the energy got a little bit lighter. So I think Donald's probably done communicating. So we're going to move again to another spot. Now, the sun is starting to set a little bit. The sun is setting. So that means I'm going to start heading towards that other the other butter monument where I had all of that paranormal activity. So that's a little bit of ways away. So you're going to come on a little bit of a walk along with me. I'm going to go ahead and turn the spirit box off, and then we can walk as I talk. Now, again, I'm going to be going to a spot here in the cemetery that I had a lot of paranormal activity happen. Now, again, I posted that video back Thursday, and you can go back and watch that and see the activity I had. I also made clips out of it. That thing spiked again. Was that you, Donald, that made that spike? Is that your family? Is that Butter family part of your family? Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and let's go ahead and start walking up over to that area. Again, the sun is starting to set, so it's going to be a little bit better ambiance at least. So let's go ahead. Oh, wow, energy down here. So anyway, at least we got a couple of spikes out of that. Again, the energy down here is built up more than it was up by the deer monument. And it was really heavy up there by that little boy's grave. I've got the next few days off, so I think I'm probably going to come back down here and do a spirit box session and record that to see if I pick up anything else. So maybe just because not a whole lot happened this time around doesn't mean that it won't happen next time around. People have to remember that not every time. Richard Keel. Richard Keel. Sorry, guys, I never know. That's how big of a nerd I am. So Richard Keel was an actor from like the 50s and 60s. That's not the famous Richard Keel. He spelled his name differently. Sorry, I'm a nerd and I had to point that out. I am a nerd, but we're gonna head. We are going to head towards my paranormal activity spot here. I'm a bit out of breath, guys. Sorry. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and flip this so you guys can see the route I'm taking. And if you guys see anything unusual, say so. Again, the sun is starting to set here, so let's see. It's a bit of a trek over there. It's a bit of a trek. I'm going to remain single forever. Oh, okay. That has nothing to do with my stream, but okay. Okay, guys. I'm going to go ahead and turn the spirit box back on as we walk towards that monument. Okay. So, spirit box is back on, guys. Spirit box is back on. Is there anybody following along with us? So again, guys, I'm at Riverside Cemetery. There's like 100,000 people buried here. In this area over this way is more of a newer part. Those people were buried mostly in the 50s and 60s. Over yonder, way over yonder, is the newer part. We're still in the older part of the cemetery. Most of these people died here in the 1880s. Where I was just previously at, it was part of the original Victorian part. So we're still in some old headstones here. That'll work. Well, anyway, guys, we're gonna head down. Let's just walk over this way. Okay, we're heading down here, going back to this other butter monument. I haven't had anything intelligent come out through the spirit box, but hopefully coming back over here, maybe we will. Okay. Okay, let me get out the EMF reader again. Okay. Okay, so we're back here at this other butter monument where I had all that paranormal activity happen. So again, you guys can go back and watch that video. I posted that last Thursday. To the entity that was with me here a couple of weeks ago, I'm back again. I'm back again. I've come back to communicate with you. I picked up a couple of different things from you. So I just wanted to come back and say hi again. Now again, you can use this spirit box to say hi. And again, I've got this EMF reader here that you can make spike. So again, guys, that entity's energy that was manifesting, if you go back and watch the video or watch the clip, it manifested right about here. So here's the Butter Monument. It started to manifest right about here. And then it started out about the size of a mouse or a chipmunk, and then it darted this way. And then by the time that it got to about here, it was about the size of a rabbit or a squirrel. Now, while I was here doing that session, I didn't see it happen. I didn't see it until I was editing the video, which makes it even more incredible if you ask me. Is there anybody out here with us? Let's go back to the EMF reader. Is there anybody out here with us? Spiking a little bit. Is that you trying to communicate with us again? Again, I'm a foot away from this, so it's spiking by itself, guys. Could you make that spike again for me? Could you make that spike again for me like you did a couple weeks ago? I'm back here to say hi. Okay, well, it spiked a little bit there for us. But not much is going on. I don't feel the energy built up here and energized like it was the last time I was at this monument. So I've been on a little over an hour, almost an hour and 15 minutes. Not a whole lot of people showed up, and that's fine. And so I'm going to start calling it quits here, I think. The sun's going down, but I just don't feel the energy over here like I did the last time I was here. The energy felt way heavier over there by that little boy's monument and so on. But we did, however, get a couple of spikes there. So I'm going to go ahead and turn off the spirit box. I just don't think anything's going to happen here. Again, I do not feel the energy built up like it was the last time I did this. And typically when that happens, no activity happens. So let's go ahead and I'm going to go ahead and walk back to the Veely Monument and maybe talk a little bit more and then call it a night. Again, I did this go live as a last minute kind of a on the whim type of thing because the weather cooperated. It was supposed to rain. It's supposed to be in the 80s tomorrow, so maybe I'll do a go live here tomorrow as well. I was planning on doing a spirit box session over in the popper field. There was a huge cholera outbreak back in the early 1900s that killed a lot of people, and they didn't have any money to bury them, so they buried them in a pauper grave area. Now I also plan to do just a regular spirit box session where I record that at that spot too, but I'll probably do a go live there as well, maybe tomorrow. So we're going to go back over to the Veely Monument, talk a little bit, and then call it a night. Again, I didn't expect a whole lot of people to show up today anyway, because like I said, it was kind of on the whim. So, whew, at least I'm getting some steps in. At least I'm getting some steps in back here at the Veely Monument. Alrighty, guys. Feels nice getting out and walking in the cemetery again. But anyway, guys, I'm going to start shutting it down here. Again, not a whole lot happened. Man, there was a huge heaviness I felt down by that little boy's monument. I'm probably going to be doing a spirit box session down there and recording that one, since I did feel a really oppressive energy. It was very oppressive, not negative. But what I felt down there was that he didn't want me to leave. So that he did not want me to leave the area. So I might go back and do that in a couple of days and maybe record that and post that for a regular video. So again, guys, I've got over 1,085 subscribers now. That's incredible. Thank you, guys. I'm working on my watch hours now, and I gotta hit that 4,000 mark to get the monetization. I appreciate your love and support and everything that you guys have done to help me through this process, this journey. Again, not a whole lot of people showed up today, and that's fine, because this was kind of a last minute thing like I talked about. So, guys, thank you all. Again, keep hitting that subscribe button. Keep leaving comments. I typically respond right away when people leave me comments, and so on and so on. I would love to hear your guys' paranormal stories. If you want to communicate with me, you can always post in my community. I typically respond to that right away as well. My community is very open-minded and judgment-free. And, well, I'll be posting another spirit box session on Thursday. Probably going to be posting the Veely's spirit box session. I had a couple things happen there, and so on and so on. Again, guys, I'm going to try to go live tomorrow as long as the weather cooperates, and I'm going to try to go down to the popper field, like I said. So again, everybody, have a good rest of your week, and hopefully I'll see you on tomorrow. Have a good week.